Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Moreus and I make art tutorials that are fun, easy, and accessible for everyone. Today we're going to be doing these colorful M&Ms in Prismacolor color pencils. But before we get into the video, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment below I subscribed, and I'll be sure to get back to each and every one of you. So you want to have an accurate sketch to start off with, and right now I'm just going in and I'm representing which M&M is going to be which color. So I'm going in with my brown tone here. I've already put my yellow, my blue, and my orange down, and we'll put our red down and our green. This is our map for the rest of the drawing, and I'm going to give everything a really good light coat, and I'm just leaving out the little white highlighted areas for later. So we're going to give everything a nice, very light first layer of color pencil. I'm going to go ahead and erase a little bit of my pencil sketch so that doesn't show through to our finished drawing. So you want to keep light pressure on the pencil at this stage in the game. You want to be able to put a lot of layers down, and we're going to use several tones of each of these colors of M&Ms. So we're going to put our base coat down, and then we're going to gradually get darker and darker as we go along, but we're going to do it very gradually. So you want to keep very sharp colored pencils in the beginning stages and pretty much throughout this drawing. We don't want to put too much pressure on the pencil in the beginning to scar the paper or to lose the tooth of the paper so you can't put any more layers on top. So you want to just keep it light, and we're going to put several tones down and really get this popping and looking realistic. So for my beginner students, if you take it one M&M at a time, your life will be a lot easier. I like to skip around, I like to jump around through my drawing, but you can take it one little M&M at a time and just perfect that one M&M and then move on to the next one. However you like to do it, there's no right or wrong way. So just do what makes you feel comfortable and what works for you. Now, if you were going in with the light layers like you should be, you should still be able to erase some of the colored pencil in case you need to pop a highlight or change something out. So that shouldn't be a problem at this stage if you're going in with light layers. I prefer to use an electric eraser. I've said this in several of my other videos. It's really a game changer. It's a great tool to have, and you can go in and it'll take that colored pencil right back down almost to the white paper. So that's a great tool. But you can use a Tombow mono eraser, and you can use a stick eraser or a kneaded eraser for more subtle erasing. But we're going to go in with so much layers here, and we're going to burnish toward the end. So just keep on going and layering everything, and just keep switching your colors out. You want to have at least 3 colors of every one of the colors of M&Ms. So I have 3 reds, 3 blues, 3 browns, etc. You want to have your highlight lightest color, you want to have your midtone, and you want to have your deep shadow. So we're not using black here. I don't want to muddy up the bright colors of the M&Ms, so we're just going to use the deeper tones of the color of the M&M to do our shadows. Now, I've used more than 3 colors probably on each of these, so you're going to find that you're going to need to pick your deep tone, and you might have to mix some colors together to get the deepest tones in, like the blue, where the shadowy of the blue is. You might have to add a little red to that. The yellow is the only tricky color on here. Yellow can become muddy very, very quickly. So for the yellow, to get a shadow or a highlight, I'm adding in some brown and some orangey yellow. So those are going to be our shadow colors on the yellow. Yellow just, it gets so murky and muddy if you try to put any other color with it as a shadow color. So just be careful with that. I've mapped in where the M on the M&M's is going to be, and I've kind of been like avoiding that, but you don't have to worry about it because we're going to put that in with a jelly roll pen, and then we're going to glaze over it with some of the color pencil to tone it down so it's not like a bright white M. So don't worry if you haven't mapped that out. We can do that later with the jelly roll. Okay, so I'm going into my yellow now, and I have a deeper, kind of more ochre of a yellow that I'm going in to try to put my shadows on. So just really watch out for those yellows. And I will put the colors that I used in the description below so you can see what I've used for those yellows. It's real tricky, but you can see me, I'm deepening it up. And this is kind of like an orangey yellow that I'm using now, and just trying to get those shadow areas in, leaving my highlight the lighter yellow, and it'll still pop. I'm just going to add a little white into my shiny highlight areas, and this is so that, you know, the highlight's not going to be a white, and I already have a little light base layer of all of those colors down, so I'm just adding a little white in. It's kind of mixing with the color of each M&M, and it's just still shiny looking, but it's just kind of blending everything together so it's not like a harsh white highlight. So we've got a really good base layer down on all of our M&Ms now. Now it's all about pushing the value. And I talk about this all the time. It's like you just got to keep going and keep pushing and darken up all those shadowy areas, and this makes it look more three-dimensional. So even though you think you might be done, just keep going and just keep pushing it that extra little bit, and you'd be surprised how much more realistic it will look in the end. So we're pretty much at the burnishing stage now. If you don't know what burnishing is, it is just gradually increasing the pressure on the pencil to blend all the underneath layers together with the top layers. So you're adding more pressure and basically blending all of that wax-based pencil together. So you'll see it starts to really give it shape. It's giving it a nice shine, and everything is kind of mushing together a little bit. We're not using any solvent on this. We're just using the pressure of the pencil. So go ahead and burnish at this stage. You can see how nice and shiny and beautiful everything is coming together at this point, and just keep pushing and just start cleaning things up at this point. So feel free to erase any of your stray pencil lines if you have anything showing. If you need to pop a highlight a little more, go ahead and use your stick eraser and then work on your shadows. So when I was a little girl, my aunt told me a story about how the M&M slogan came about. That's the melts in your mouth and not in your hands. In around 1953 or 54, she entered a contest put on by the Forest Mars Corporation, and they were looking for a slogan. So they put on all their packages that they were looking for this slogan for their new hard shell candy, and she entered the slogan, the hard candy that melts in your mouth and not in your hands. She won that competition, and they sent her a boy's watch as her prize. They thought she was a boy because her name is Jean. So can you imagine, these days that slogan has made millions and millions of dollars, and she got a boy's watch to come up with that slogan. They started using it, I believe, for the first time in 1954. So this had to be 1953 or 54 that she entered that contest. She'd be a millionaire these days with the copyright laws and things. But the Mars Corporation copyrighted it and used it, and it is probably one of the most widely known slogans of all time. So just a cute little funny story, and I've known that for very long time. I was a little girl when she told me, and she's in her 80s now. So just a cute fact. I tried to research it a little bit, and I couldn't come up with any information, but from this story that she told me, they ran this contest on the package, and that's how it came about. So I'm just going in with my electric eraser now, and I'm just popping those highlights just a little bit, and we're just getting toward the end when we're going to just really see things start to pop and really look shiny at this stage. And I'm going in just with a little craft knife. I got a little too much wax on the paper. Going in with the craft knife and just picking a little bit of that out. That works really nicely. And we're just doing our finishing touches now. I did put in the shadow with a little bit of graphite. I prefer to use graphite for my shadow because it's a softer medium, and I can kind of smudge it out and make it real soft. The colored pencil is real waxy, and it would be more of a harsh outline. So that's one little trick I use, is I use the graphite for the shadow. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment for me. I really enjoy hearing from each and every one of you. It keeps me motivated to keep going and keep doing this and putting out more tutorials. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and hit the notification bell if you want to not miss out on another video. And thanks so much, and happy